Who, Boomtown, the 11th episode of Series 1, is written by Russell T Davies and starring Christopher Eccleston, Billy Piper and John Barrowman. As what I've heard, they were going to call this episode The Void, for the revealing of Rose had been bred by the Doctor for the perfect companion, but they dropped that idea due to commitments, so they called it Boomtown, and brought Enid Bradland back as Margaret Blaine, also known as Blonfell Fudge, because of her performance. And I can see why, because she's fantastic. So in the beginning we find out Margaret is becoming the mayor of Cardiff and she strangled Mr. Cleves to death, and we found out that he was decapitated. The Doctor, Rose and Captain Jack arrived at Cardiff and meet up with Mickey because the TARDIS uses that area as a fuel. I enjoyed the moment when Rose and Mickey were hugging and Jack was like, "How come I don't get any of that?" And the Doctor was like, "Buy me a drink first." And Jack was like, "Such hard work." And the Doctor replied, "It's worth it." It's funny when Jack was like, "The old lady could be wondering, what can 4 people do in a small wooden box?" I liked how the Doctor explained why the TARDIS is disguised as a police box and why I wouldn't change it. It's because of the chameleon circuit, it's programmed to blend in. And like if it landed in the woods, it can disguise itself as a tree. Or if it lands in London 1960s, it can disguise itself as a police box. But the circuit was broken, but the Doctor wouldn't fix it because he likes it, and I think it's iconic. After Margaret has a meeting talking about the project, she has a conversation with Kathy in the toilets where Kathy mentions she's getting married and had a good accident by getting herself a baby. And Margaret explained that she had lost her family and felt upset about it, and I think that's the time where we feel sorry for the Slitheen. Which, by the way, Slitheen is not the species, it's the family. The species are Raxacoricophalopatorians and they're from the planet called Raxacoricophalopatorius. I enjoyed the banter with the Doctor, Rose, Jack and Mickey. I wish there's more of that. Because the Doctor found out that Margaret is around and becoming the mayor of Cardiff, they had to get after her. I enjoyed the chase scene and, oh dear Mickey, when he ran with foot stuck in the bucket. I liked how the Doctor messes about with Margaret's teleport as she gave up. So her plan is to use that extrapolator and to open the rift, destroy the Earth and get herself hover to elsewhere, as back on Raxacoricophalopatorius, the Slitheen were pleaded guilty and they've got a death sentence and they can't appeal. So all Margaret was trying to do is save her own life. She named the business Bly Droog, which is Welsh bad wolf, which seems to be a message for the Doctor and Rose. So after when Mickey was asking Rose for a pizza in the hotel, Mickey and Rose started to argue, as Mickey is having to put up with Rose being away for so long, which is understandable. It's handled really well, especially when he's like, "I'm not trying to ask you to leave, I just want you to come back for me." I enjoyed the moment when the Doctor and Margaret, or Blonde, is in the restaurant. They've got like an interesting moment there. You can see the Doctor does not miss a trick when Margaret decides to put poison dust in his drink, trying to shoot that stick from her finger, and bad breath, oh no, he's not falling for it. The moment when there's like an earthquake and you can see the lightning beam coming from the TARDIS, and that's because the rift has opened. When Margaret with her Slitheen arm chokes on Rose, I don't know if it's just me, but you can feel it, that scene. I think it's a nice ending after she stared at the heart of the TARDIS and becoming the egg, and the Doctor decides to drop her off to Raxacoricophalopatorius to another family in order to bring her up properly. It's exactly what we need. I really enjoyed that episode. Shame it's got a lot of hate, which I kind of realised, but I loved it. It's got great moments, an interesting story. What are your thoughts of this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.